ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोर्श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोर्न वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सागररघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामये। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। जयतां सुरतो पंगो मौ मंदमतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्य पदाम्भोजौ राधा मदर मोहनौ दिव्य वृंदारण्यकल्पद्रुमादः श्रीमद्रत्नागार सिंहासनस्थो श्रीमद् राधा श्रील गोविंद देवो प्रेष्ठालिभि सेव्यमानो स्मरामि। श्रीमान् रासरसारंभे वंशी वटतटस्थितः कर्षन् वेणु स्वनैर्गोपी गोपीनाथ श्रियस्तु नः। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Like that. So now let us get into the third story about. So this is story we heard from the Puruvamsha. Let the Yaduvamsha how the whole family tree developed. So if you just take back, we have the Yayati Maharaj. Yayati Maharaj has 5 sons, and from that Yadu and other person is from the Devyani. From the Yadu we have the big lineage coming and Krishna coming, and from the Sharmishta he has 3 more sons, of which the last one is Puru. From the Puru Vamsha another important personality came in between is Bharata, and because of him there is called Bharata Vamsha. So in Bharata Vamsha came the Bharatas. So how all the Pandavas came. Now let us see the story. Shukdev Goswami is now creating the building up the wonderful platform that how the Supreme Lord Krishna is going to appear in the Yaduvamsha. That's why they are called Yadavas. So here is a very, very beautiful, interesting thing about the Krishna's pastimes in the Yadu dynasty. So the very purpose of Lord's appearance is well known to devotees, that is Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya dushkritam. That is protecting the devotees or blessing devotees and annihilating the demons. That's very clear. But when Krishna came, he just done something additional, something special, which he otherwise did not do anywhere. That is demonstrating that what type of great relations that people can establish with him. That is it. That is basic thing. And also sometimes people think that especially in the modern philosophy, yes, anybody can become Krishna. To Krishna, they say that Atma itself is Paramatma. So Nar can become Narayan, like that the philosophy there. But the Supreme Lord demonstrated that at any point of time, even the dreams or even the words, nobody can become equal or higher than the Supreme Lord. That's why he has a special name called Asamordhva, means he is people, anybody cannot be equal or higher. This is called Asamordhva. And into this world people come essentially to really suffer in this material world. But the people who get attracted to the powerful stories of Krishna, then there is every chance that they come out of the cycle of birth and death and the great miseries. That's why it is called. Actually, the stories of Krishna is like a boat. We can just travel across the ocean of miseries. So now coming to the story, the Yayati Maharaj. So now we know that we are talking about the Yadu, from how this whole thing has come. Of course, Yayati Maharaj has other sons also. From there also some important personalities came, but Krishna came originally from Yadu. So Yayati's one more son, the fourth son is Anu. Anu has a Sabhanara. He has three sons, Sabhanara, Chakshu and Pareshnu. These are three sons to the fourth son of Yayati Maharaj. And Sabhanara has given birth to Kalanara. His son is Srunjaya, and in his family only Anga, Vanga, Kalinga, Sushma, Pundra, Odra, like that six sons are born, and they have become the kings of the eastern Bharata. And Anga is having son Kalapasa, and his son is Diviratha, and Diviratha's son is Chitraratha, and he is also known as Romapada. And Romapada did not, because of that, his friend gave his daughter Shanta to him as daughter. So this Romapada took her as his daughter, and later this Shanta married to a Rishi known as Rishyashrunga. And Rishyashrunga is very powerful, that's so much powerful that when there was no rain, he actually, from the beginning, he was born in the forest itself, and he was brought to the kingdom by attracting him with some beautiful ladies. And when he came from forest to kingdom, the rains came into picture. Means the rains came and everybody happy. Means Rishyashrunga was very powerful. So later this Shanta married to Rishyashrunga, and the Dasharatha conducted yajna. Dasharatha has conducted a yajna with the help of Rishyashrunga, and Dasharatha got the children, and by mercy of Rishyashrunga, even Romapada also, because now this he has become the son-in-law of Romapada, and when he found that his son-in-law is so powerful, he requested him to perform yajna for him also to get a son. So the Rishyashrunga did for his father-in-law so yajna, and he gave a son called Chaturanga. And Chaturanga's son is Prutulaksha, and in his family only Athiratha is born. And this Athiratha is none other than the person who has maintained Karna when he was born, when he was obtained in a basket. And Yayati's third son is Druhyu. So he has a son Babru, and his son is Setu, and his family line is also expanded very elaborately. And then comes the most powerful Vamsha, that is Yadu Vamsha. Yadu Vamsha is very, very pious, very, very popular, very, very elaborate, and simply by hearing and glorification itself will purify the whole universe, because Lord Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, appeared in that Yadu dynasty. So this Yadu is having 4 sons, that is Sahasrajit, Kroshta, Nala or Ripu. And in the Sahasrajit got a son, Shatajit, and his son is Mahahaya, Renuhaya, Haihaya. So this Haihaya son is Dharma and son is Netra, and he only the father of Kunti. And to Kunti, Sohanji is born, and in their lineage the Kartyaviryajna took part. Kartyaviryajna story we discussed in one of the stories, especially Parshurama. So because of the Bhagavad Avatar Dattatreya, he got Ashtasiddhis, he became very powerful, and this Kartyaviryajna has a very highest strength, and he lived and enjoyed for 85,000 years. Enjoyed so much. And but the great Parshurama really killed him, and when all his sons are also dead, when he was he and his sons are killed, only 5 sons are left over. That is Jayadhvaja, Shurasena, Vrishabha, Madhu, Urjita. These are left over. And for this Jayadhvaja, the son is Tara, and he got 100 sons. And from this, and other sons, the earlier is Vitihotra, and the Madhu, to him, Vrishni, a powerful son, Vrishni, is born. From then afterwards, Yadava, Madhava, Vrishni. Yadava, Madhava, Vrishni are all born because of the Yadu. Yadu, Madhava, Vrishni happened. Then to Yadu Tanaya Kroshta, Vrijina, one son as Vrijina is born, and his son is Chitraratha, and in their Vamsha only Sheshabindu is another great son formed, and he has 10,000 wives, and they got 10 lakhs of family. In their family, in those sons, Prutashrava, Pruthukirti, like that there are 6 great personalities there, and Prutashrava, there's a nice story about him is there, and we have to him he got 3 sons, that is Kusha, Krathu and Romapada, is another name has come, 3 sons. This Romapada's son is Babru, and his son is Kruti, and in their family only Chedi, a person called Chedi is born. From the Chedi we'll find the Chedya Rajas, and Kratha's son is Kunti, Kunti's son is Vrishni, and his son is Nivruti, and his son is Dasharha. We see this Dasharha word coming many times. Dasharha, this Krishna is born into this Dasharha. And in this Vamsha, a person is born Satvata. Satvata is having 7 sons, and they are called Bhajamana, Bhaji, Divya, Vrishni, Devavrita, Andhaka, Mahabhoja. And Devavrita's son is Babru, and this father and son, that is Devavrita and Babru, these are highly glorified person, and the glorification still is on, Shukadeva Goswami says. And Vrishni's sons are Sumitra, Yadhajitu, and Yadhajit has 2 sons, Shini and Anamitra, and Anamitra's son is Nigna, and in their family itself one more Vrishni is born, and to him 2 sons are born, that is Shwafalka and Chitraza. This Shwafalka is known as Akrura. Akrura name is well known, so he has born in this family, Vishnu Vamsha. That's why Akrura is related to Krishna himself, because of Vishnu Vamsha. And he has 12 more brothers. Akrura has 12 more brothers, and they have one sister by name Suchara. And Akrura has two sons, that is Devavan and Upadeva. And they all known as Vishnu Vamsha. They all belong to Krishna's family only. Beautiful. They are connected to Krishna. They are very connected. And Andhaka is having 4 sons, that is Kukura, Bhajamana, Shuchi, Kambala, Kambala Barhisha. So the Kakura's son is Vani, and his son name is Viloma. Viloma's son is Punarvasu, and his son name is Ahuka, and Ahuka and Ahuki. This Ahuka had 2 sons, that is Devaka and Ugrasena. So now we are coming closer to Krishna slowly. So the Ahuka's name is Devaka. Devaka and Ugrasena are the 2 sons for the Ahuka, and Devavana, Upadeva, Sudeva, Devavardhana are the Devaka's sons. And he had 7 daughters also. In that, the elder is Devaki. So all of you know that Devaki is the mother of Krishna. So she is actually born to Devaka. So Devaka, he is having sons, Devavan, Upadev, Sudev and Devavardhana. And also he got 7 daughters of the name is Devaki. And Vasudeva married all the daughters of Devaka. So now come to Kamsa, Sunama, Nagrodha, Kanka, Shanka, Suhosa, Rashtrapala, Drushti, Tushtiman. These all are Ugrasena's sons. These are Ugrasena's sons, and he has other sisters also. That is Kamsa, Kamsavati, Kanka, Shurubhu, Rashtrapalika. These are all daughters also. These also became Vasudeva's brothers. So everything is intermingled, mixed up, everybody. Now Chitraratha's son is Viduratha and his son is Shura, and in this family only Hrudika is born. And Devamida, Shatadanva, Krutavarma, all are his sons. And Devamida's son is Shura, and his wife name is Marisha. And Marisha and Shurasena gave birth to Vasudeva sons. So basically the Vasudeva is born to a couple, wonderful couple known as Shura and his wife Marisha. When this Vasudeva was born, actually being a son of a great king, even people will play the drums. But to him, surprisingly, there were bigger drums were played even in the heavenly sky. That people, the whole world was reverberating that. Deva Dundhuba. That's why he got a special name, Vasudeva got a special name, Anaka Dundubi, because when he was born, some Dundubi were beaten. Drums were beaten in the heavenly planet. Because he is going to of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that's why when he is born itself, the whole world was given a message that he is going to be a great personality. He is Anaka Dundubi. So Vasudeva is having sisters also. One is Prutha, Shrutadeva, Shrutakirti, Shrutasrava, Rajadi Devi. These are all children of. So that's why we can understand that Prutha was originally the sister of Vasudeva, but his father Shura has given one of the girls to his friend, because friend is not having children. That is, his name is Kunti Bhoja. Kunti Bhoja is not having children, so he has become first daughter to him. That's why Prutha has become daughter of Kunti Bhoja, and her name became Kunti. That's why we call it Kunti Maharani. So essentially, Vasudeva and Kunti are originally brother and sister. That's why when the Krishna is born to Vasudeva, the Kunti has become aunt. That's a blood relation. That's why Krishna is having very deep attraction for Kunti Devi, and Kunti is also having great attraction. Kunti Devi went also sometimes, saw that the child Krishna is beautifully playing in the Gokul. So here, when he was in Kunti Bhoja's father's place, the Durvasa Muni came. Durvasa Muni came and she served him immensely, and the Durvasa Muni gave a mantra that by that she can invite any demigod of the choice, so that she can get the whatever benefits she wants, whatever rewards or the boons she wants. So when the Durvasa Muni went away, then Kunti wants to verify whether the mantra is powerful or not. So simply chanted the mantra and invited the sun god. Sun god came. When sun god came, she was a little confused and stunned. He said, okay, no problem, please go away. I wanted to just test the power of this mantra. But the sun god said that it is not possible to just go away, because I came to fulfill your desire, so let me fulfill your desire. And when I was, especially, this mantra is essentially to invite, to have the progeny, not just to have an audience and go. So since I have been invited, I'll give you a son. So in that way, before marriage itself, the Kunti delivered a son instantly, and that son name is Karna. So then after that, she married to King Pandu, that we know. Then Kunti Devi's other sister, because there are other sisters, that is Shrutadeva, Shrutakirti, Shrutasrava. There are also sisters. Kunti Devi, Shrutadeva's the daughter, sister Shrutadeva, married a person called Vruddha Sharma. So in the womb of Shrutadeva, Dantavakra is born. So even the enemy is also born the same. Krishna is born to father, and this Dantavakra is born to sister. So in that way, Dantavakra is born. And Dantavakra was originally Hiranyaksha. And Kunti's another sister name is Shrutasrava, and she married Chedi Raja, Damaghosha. And in the womb of the Shrutasrava, Shishupala got born. So the Shishupala, Dantavakra are from the sisters and from father. So all are from, so they could see from childhood. So the Shishupala and Dantavakra, from childhood they used to say, oh, Krishna is there. So they used to give all the abusive words. So in that way they continued the enmity, and when they became elder, Krishna ensured that they grow nicely and they are killed. So, but all are the same families. Very interesting story. So, and Vasudeva, wives are Devaki, Pauravi, Rohini, Bhadra, Madira, Rochana, Ila. These are all wives of Vasudeva, and of all them, Devaki Devi is the very important and the senior, first priority. And Rohini, through Rohini, Vasudeva gave to birth to Balaram, Gada, Sarana, Durmada, Vipula, Dhruva, Kruta. Devaki, through Devaki, Vasudeva has given birth to Kirtiman, Sushena, Bhadrasena, Ruju, Samardhana, Bhadra, Sankarshana. 7 sons. And the 8th son is our Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. And Vasudeva also gave a beautiful girl by name Subhadra, and Subhadra has become wife of Arjuna, and she has become the mother of Abhimanyu, and Abhimanyu's father is Parikshit Maharaj. And in this way, the Shukadeva Goswami is explaining to Shukadeva, to Parikshit Maharaj, who has come, where, and finally it has come. So, the Supreme Lord who has appeared, in the womb of Devaki Devi as 8th son, not born by karmic results. He has just appeared on his own, by his Ichcha Matra. Is not by any force. The Parikshit Maharaj is, Shukadeva Goswami is explaining that Supreme Lord as 8th son has appeared for a simple, very main focused purpose, is essentially to reduce the burden of the earth, and also he wants to increase the attraction of the Sattva-guna people so that they get attracted towards the spiritual world. Because if the conditioned soul don't get attracted towards Lord's wonderful pastimes, they will be always constantly moving in the same cycle of birth and death. If something special happens, they get out of it and they get attracted and they can come to the spiritual world. That was his spare purpose. And the Supreme Lord noticed that more and more kings are becoming actually deviated from the path of the religion. They have become more adharma, and that's why he appeared on this earth. He has appeared on the earth, and along with his elder brother Sankarshna, unimaginable task. That's why even in the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the beginning, Shaunakadi Rishus, they ask a question. Krutavakila karmani saharamena keshava atimatyani bhagavan guda kapada manusha. Atimatyani bhagavan guda kapada manusha. Krutavakila karmani saharamena keshava. So even Shukadeva Goswami also said that along with his elder brother Sankarshna, Supreme Lord performed mysteriously to reduce. Even Sutta Goswami also says something. Ekona vimshe vimshati me vrishnishu prapi janme Ramakrishna iti bhuvo Bhagavan aharad bharam. So when Krishna and Balram, Balram and Krishna, they appeared in 19th and 20th incarnation. 19th 20th incarnation, essentially to reduce the burden. Bhagavan aharad bharam. The whole purpose, that's why we see whenever Krishna did the killing of people, it was in a mass. For example, when he was fighting with Jarasandha, 27 Akshohinis, and almost 17 times. Every time is coming and killing and reducing burden. And final burden reduction is during Kurukshetra war, 18 Akshohini was just massacred. So the whole purpose is to reduce the burden, and he did along with it in this way. And he mentioned, the Shukadeva Goswami mentions that he did in such a mysterious way, and his interest is also, and not only just, he says that karmanya parimeyane manasapi sureshwarai saha sankarshanas chakre Bhagavan Madhusudana. Shukadeva Goswami is giving an idea that what type of activities, what magnitude activities did, that even the great demigods also even can't think how it is possible. Means they can't even also contemplate, imagine. In that way he did. Then what to talk about human beings? Human beings, there is beyond their imagination. Only when they are blessed. When they are blessed, things will get revealed. Because the highest intelligence, the Sureshwari, Manasapi Sureshwari, even mentally also they cannot imagine. In that way, Karmani Aparimeyani, Sahasankarshne Chakre, Bhagavan Madhusudana. Madhusudana, he did like that. Shukadeva Goswami is giving a hint what type of great the Herculean task the Supreme Lord did. And he wanted to say that he is not only just do those activities and just kill everybody. That is not only his main purpose. His purpose is to really help his devotees, to take care of his devotees. Very specifically, 3 verses specifically told about his devotees. Kalo janishya mananam dukkha shokatamo nudam anugrahaya bhaktanam supunyam yatanodyasha. Krishna especially did all these pastimes for some people who are going to be his devotees, who are going to appear in Kali Yuga. His devotees are going to appear in Kali Yuga. For their purpose, he did wonderful acts. Kalau janishya mananam dukkha shoka tamodam. when the Kali is there, suppose, okay, I am a devotee, for example, a devotee is there, and a person, non-devotee is there. So devotee cannot claim that, oh, I am in hot sun, so I am a devotee, the hot sun will be cool for me. He cannot say. No, only for non-devotees it is very hot, and for devotees it is cool. He cannot say. Of course, there are some cases, there are some very special cases, but all devotees cannot claim like that. So like that, when Sanatana Goswami was just writing Srimad Bhagavatam comment like that, suddenly, because it's very hot, the clouds came and gave the shelter. These things were very special and rare. But the effect of Kali Yuga remains same for everybody. But how to protect? Because of the Kali Yuga effect, dukkha and shoka, they will come out because of the tamo guna. We want to be good, but surroundings are like that. Somebody is forced to behave like a tamo guna, then dukkha and shoka come. Just to protect them, to protect under such situation, kalo janishamananam dukkha shoka tamo nidam anugrahaya bhaktanam supunyam yatanyodhyasha. That's why, to show the mercy on the devotees, so whatever Krishna did, special pastimes, it is exclusively for devotees. That's why he has expanded his the great auspicious giving, his yash, that is his glories he has spread. So Shukadeva Goswami is telling that what I am going to discuss the great stories of Krishna performed for the sake of his devotees, especially for devotees, so that they will get attracted toward that. And he said, Yasmin satkarna piyushe yashasthir dhavase sakrut sotranjali upasprishya dhunute karma vasanam. So whoever really Yasmin satkarna piyushe, and these wonderful pastimes are like this. They are nectar and they are very, very pleasing to the ears. Very pleasing. So anybody, tirtha vareya sakrut. Sakrut means immediately. So anybody who is taking the wonderful pastimes which are like nectar, immediately they get purified. Srotranjali upasprishya dhunute karma vasanam. All their karma gets destroyed. When the karma is destroyed, because of karma only people face troubles or whatever it is. But the moment the karma is destroyed, where is the question of facing any consequence? Then it will be only the bliss. So the pastimes are essentially for sake of devotees he has created. And he says further that Bhoja Vrishnyantaka Madhusrurasena Dasharshakai Shlaghani ye hita shashvad Kuru Srunjaya Pandabhe Sligdha Smiteksha Dodarvai Vake Vikramalilaya Nulokam Ramaya Masa Murtya Sarvangaramyaya. Then he wonderfully acted with so many, because we have seen so many Vamshas, they come. That is Bhoja Vamsha we have seen, Vrishni Vamsha we have seen, Andhaka Vamsha we have seen, Madhu, Shurasena, Dasharha, Kuru, Srunjaya, Pandu. There are so many Vamshas. They all simultaneously came. Actually before Krishna appeared, all these Vamshas, they sprout up and all are created. Because all demigods, they appeared in these Vamshas to assist Supreme Lord Krishna to perform a wonderful activity. And with the help of all these pious people, Supreme Lord Krishna acted. How he used to act? He used to act looking at people with smiling. Snigdhas Pritekshis Odvarai Vakai Vikramalilaya. He used to, by smiling, by his loving relation, and also by his instructions, Vakai Vikramalila, by he has given, by instructions also he has delivered, and by his leela also he has delivered. Nulokam Ramaya Amasa. In that way, entire humanity he gave pleasure. Nulokam Ramaya Amasa Murtya Sarvangaramyaya. So simply by seeing Krishna's form itself, people used to feel it's a festival. Oh, today I am happy to see Krishna, it's a festival. So somebody is looking at his eyes, somebody is looking at his face, somebody is looking at his hands, somebody is looking at his neck. Like that, everybody is looking at Murtiya Sarvanga Ramyaya. So whichever somebody is doing is wonderful, beautiful curly hair. Let people be attracted to anything. So he made that each and everything is beautiful, so that simply by somebody is seeing only his beautiful hair, and they are, oh, I did not see anything. Krishna's face, I see only his hair. No problem. He also become blissful. I was seeing only his eyes. And people used to really feel very, very happy, but at the same time they used to really curse the providence, Vidhata. He has created this beautiful form of Krishna has come in front of us. Why this Vidhata has created the eyelids? Because of these eyelids there is a blinking. In that blinking we are missing that fraction of second, the beauty of Krishna. So they used to on and off, occasionally they even abuse the Vidhata for creating, because the beauty is so beautiful. Murtiya Sarvanga Ramyaya. In this way, Nulokam Ramaya Masa Murtiya Sarvanga Ramyaya. In the way, Sri Krishna has really made the whole universe so blissful simply by his beautiful thing. And Shukadeva Goswami also tells that even though he really he gives a gist in a short form, that even the Supreme Lord appeared at Devaki Vasudeva, immediately transferred himself to Gokula and given all his childhood pastimes and the pleasure, everything to his close associates, that is all Brajvasis, Nanda and Yashoda. And in Vrindavan he killed unlimited number of demons, and then he immediately he went to Dwaraka through Mathura, and there he married unlimited number of Stri Ratna. They are like gems, and he married in a Vedic manner, and through them he got thousands and thousands of children. And to establish the Sanatana Dharma and also show what is meant by Gruhasthashram, he performed various sacrifices, various yajnas, and he performed as per the scriptures, and by all these yajnas, in fact, he has worshipped himself. But his idea is to show what are things he did to establish that he is always busy in working. We never saw Krishna is just simply sitting. We see that even at the when you see that on the Ratha, for example, when he's traveling, when in the Ratha, in the Kurukshetra, he was busy with two hands. With one hand he is making the horses to run, and with one hand he is controlling them. So he's always with two hands, he's always busy. So Krishna means always busy work. So he wants all his devotee also should be busy. There should be Akhanda Krishna Karma. Everybody should be busy. If somebody says that I have a lot of time, if somebody says that, if somebody makes a phone call, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, how are you? Okay. Are you busy? No, not so busy. The moment sees that I am not so busy, he is not servant of Krishna. Simple. How come you can say that you are not busy and you still say that you are Krishna's devotee? He should say that, how are you Prabhu? Please tell me, I am very busy. Tell me, don't touch all the Hare Krishna. Please tell me why you called. You should ask that. Then you can say that you are the devotee. You are so busy, you don't want to be disturbed. You don't want to be digressed. That should be passed. So we can say that, yes, I am very busy, but because you called me, I am just taking. Please tell me very fast. Don't delay. That should be your goal. We should have so much. So he did all the activities and did all the Vedic sacrifices. Thereby he worshipped himself. And then he has created, and he has, as planned, he has reduced the burden. He has reduced the burden of the earth. For that he has created a rift. He has created a rift between the Jnati, that is Kuru and Pandava. Before that also he has done, and many the final is because at that time all the kings from all the part of the earth came. Many taken the side of Kauravas, and only Dharma people, they took the side of the Pandavas. So in this way the Supreme Lord Krishna arranged all to come at one place and ensured that in 18 days everybody is annihilated. And the moment he entered into the Kurukshetra, simply by his vision, he just took away the life of all the people. And finally he declared that Arjuna is the way. Just simply took the life of all people and declared that. And finally he gave a great deep philosophy, Adhyatmika philosophy to Uddhava, and also has he considered that Uddhava is the right person to receive knowledge about him, and he said that he should be there end of Kali Yuga. And after giving this knowledge, and he asked him to stay at Badrikashram, he left the spiritual world. And whatever he has given the knowledge in the form of Bhagavad Gita is the perfect to get the Jnana Vairagya, and how to become detached at the right time from the material world, and the highest performance one can do it. And finally, in this way he has given a process how to travel to his spiritual abode, the Goloka Vrindavan. And in this way Krishna, by his appearance, Shukadeva Goswami is saying that he has done the work of the task of protecting the sadhus and also so this is the beginning of Krishna's appearance. We'll discuss how he appeared tomorrow. So this is the wonderfully how the Krishna and his teammates, everybody is ready. Everything is perfectly planned. And Shukadeva Goswami was explaining with all enthusiasm, because everybody is so great and everything is perfectly knitted. And only when we go into deep, and Bhaktivedanta Book Trust has given perfect lineage. If you look at the books, Bhagavatam, you will see whatever I am just telling, a perfect, the Vamsha Vriksha. The Vamsha Vriksha, we can see the Puru Vamsha. When you are saying that, you will find, finally we will find Pandavas, and we will see the Yadu Vamsha, you will find finally Krishna and everything. So we can see in front of, we can put in front, oh, the Lord, whoever appeared in this, they are very great. And because they have, they got a wonderful place in the Srimad Bhagavatam, and their names are uttered by Shukadeva Goswami. And that's why he said that even Yaduvamsha, simply by talking about Yaduvamsha, simply by glorifying Yaduvamsha, simply hearing about Yaduvamsha, one becomes purified. Just imagine, before when Vasudeva just appeared, the whole world was given Mridanga Nada, the Bheri Nada. So in that a great personality, he appeared, and he is going to really become the platform for the Supreme Lord. Thank you very much. So tomorrow is Akshaya Tritiya, which is very auspicious and powerful, everybody likes. So we also discuss how Krishna appeared. So Krishna's appearance, his story is going to appear tomorrow, Akshaya Tritiya day in the evening. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam Kantharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna ki. Thank you very much.